Okay, today we are going to learn the dimension tool, which is right here, and the paint bucket or materials tool, which is right here. If you don't have this large tool bar, go to View, Toolbars, and select Large Tool Set. Okay, we can click on the lady and get rid of her. Now, the first thing I want to show you is the dimension tool. So the great thing about SketchUp is that you can build it to scale and you can build it to the proper dimension of a particular object, which is really neat. So I'm going to start by clicking on a square, and I can pull and drag, and look in the bottom right hand corner of the screen where it says dimensions. You can see what the dimension of your current square is, or the size of your rectangle. Remember, the single dash represents a foot and the double dash represents inch, unless you have it set on as a different template as meters. But I'll be working throughout these videos as inches and feet for the template. Now, when you click on it and then you use the push-pull tool, now if you look at the bottom right hand corner, you'll see distance, and you can see that I'm pulling it up. Right now I've pulled it up about 4 feet 3 1/4 inch. Alright, so once you make a cube, you can click on the dimension tool, and if you click not in the center or on the edge but kind of off center and the line turns blue, you can click once and let go, and you can pull up a dimension. And I'm going to just do that for the 3 dimensions, like so. Right? I find it easier to click rather than the center or the midpoint, just kind of off center. Now these are dynamic because I can use the push-pull tool, and you can push and pull, right? And the dimensions will change with you, which is kind of nice. We can always change them to static if need be. Now, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make a, let's say, roughly around 8 feet close. Doesn't have to be exact, but around 8 feet. That's 8 feet 3/8 inch by, let's say, 3 feet, right? And so once you get it close, 3 feet 1/16 inch, and let's do 5 inch, around 5 feet, right? So let's do 5 feet, about 3 feet by 8 feet, okay? Now, if you wanted to take these dimensions off, you can click on them and you can click delete. If you wanted to move the dimensions, you can click on them and then use your move tool, and you can move them down or up, right? Which is kind of nice as well. All right, so go ahead and make a cube with those dimensions. And after that, I want to show you the bucket tool, the paint bucket tool. If you click on it, it gives you a materials box, and it gives you either a tab to select or a tab to edit. What we're going to work with first is the select tab. When you click on select and you click on the drop down, you can see these are all subsets of different materials that you can apply to each edge, which is kind of neat. You can click on fencing. Here's fencing. Remember, these are built to scale, so if your cube is really small, let me show you. If I make a really small cube and I color it in, right, it's going to be, it's going to be pretty small. If let's say I do stone, right, that looks that doesn't look like the stone texture because it's so small. But if I make this bigger, it will look a little bit nicer, right? So if your models are the proper dimensions, or realistic dimensions, the materials will look really cool. So I'm going to delete that and just kind of show you some other materials. There's metal. Some of them you got to zoom in to really see. There's water. There's translucent water, which is kind of cool. There is stone. There's also wood, right? And there is also, let's see, colors, just regular colors that you want. You can zoom up and down if you just want plain colors. There's brick, right? If you want to color it in brick. Pretty neat stuff. Now, if you wanted to alter the color of, let's say, some wood, you can go to edit, or if you want to alter just about any material, you can go after you apply it to a surface, you can go to edit, and then you can change. If I click on this color wheel, I can change the color of the particular texture, right? And you can also lighten or darken it as well, kind of customizing the color, which is kind of neat. If you want to apply a material to the whole object, right, not just one surface, highlight it all, and then click on your material. Actually, let me try that again. Highlight it all, click on your material, and then it'll highlight and color in your whole entire object. Okay? So take a couple minutes, play around with the different materials, customize the colors, get used to the materials or the paint bucket, because it'll come in handy, especially when we do our later projects such as the dream house, where you're coloring in and customizing textures for your dream house. Okay, and there you have it, paint bucket tool and dimensions.